Well, it's that time of year again where teams around the NHL are trying to decide which players to keep and which players to toss into the gutter. And of course, you know what that means. Every player that's about to be put on the trading block will somehow be linked to the Montreal Canadiens. Gee, what gives? And in today's video, we're going to take a look at a guy over in Minnesota that likes to go by the name of Kevin Fiala, not McAllister. So let's go right ahead and bring up this specimen on the old NHL Pokedex here and see what we got. Kevin Fiala is 25 years old. He was picked 11th overall by the Nashville Predators back in 2014. And get a load of this, he plays left wing, which kind of makes this one a little more interesting just because that's a position that the Canadiens could, use a little help in right now. Let the daydreaming begin. Now, as for his offensive production, despite, not having a very good start to his career, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too good either. Well, in the last 3 seasons, this guy has become what I like to call an impact player. Check it out, alright? He's been good. And this year, he just so happened to go above a point per game, putting up 33 goals and adding 52 assists, giving him 85 points in 82 games. It's crazy, isn't it? And this guy is just nasty with the filthiest set of hands. Look at him. Look how dirty he is. His deking and his stick handling is just insane. But you know what? I know what you're already thinking. Why on earth is Big Bad Billy Guerin over in Minnesota willing to trade away a promising young player like Kevin Fiala? Well, guess what? It's because of money. It's always about the money. Fiala just had a hell of a season, and he's an RFA, which means he's gonna be looking for a big pay friggin' day. And poor old Guerin, okay, he's feeling the heat. He's a pretty troubled man right now, He's got to worry about signing up defenseman Matt Dumba. I mean, that's a last name that the franchise can't afford to lose. And Guerin doesn't really sound like Fiala's contract is one of his top priorities right now. He would recently say in an interview, quote, "I like Matt Dumba, I think he's a damn good defenseman, and people want to write him out of town just because Kevin Fiala had 3 good months." Whoa, Guerin, jeez. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't really sound like a general manager that's interested in keeping all Fiala around. And the 3 good months comment is kind of just bleh. Isn't that weird? Anyway, it sounds like the Wild are going to be taking offers for Kevin Fiala. They're going to test the market. Poor Kevin is just a worm on a hook right now. And it just so happens that Jeff Gorton is beginning to look more and more like a hungry fish. But I gotta admit that I personally don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, even if the Habs were to trade a couple of big pieces for Kevin Fiala, the very first thing they're gonna have to do, is sit this kid down and try and sign him up to a big juicy deal. And as of right now, the Habs, they're up to their necks in cap space. And I know, Price, he could retire, Weber could retire, maybe they get traded, maybe they get bought out. There's a lot of coulda, wouldas going on in Habs land right now that can potentially change everything, but the truth is, we really don't know what's going to happen with these contracts until, well, it happens. Now the boys over at Habs Fanatics, who might I add do an excellent job, they did recently make an article about the Canadiens pitching an offer to Minnesota for Fiala, and they also went as far as making their own potential trade proposal. And here is what they came up with. We got the Canadiens stepping up to the plate and giving up Calgary's first-round draft pick at this upcoming draft, plus a prospect like Matthias Norlinder or Caden Primo or even Jesse Alonen in exchange for Kevin Fiala straight up. Now, call me crazy, but I think old Billy Bob Guerin laughs his ass off and slams the phone back down on the hook. He wouldn't do that, would he? And I don't think the Canadiens are going to trade away any of their first-round picks either. And why would they? The draft is in Montreal, they're doing a rebuild, and if I'm Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton, the only way that I'm considering moving that Calgary first rounder is if I use it to move up in the draft. That's it. Anyway, guys, that does it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on the Kevin Fiala situation down in the Dirty Rotten comment section. Don't forget to tease and slap the like button on the way out of here. And hey, I'll see you next time. Well.